Hi, I'm Karen, and this
is Richard.
And we are
Bali Life with Richard and Karen.
And we're here to tell you that the 5 steps that we have taken for our retirement plans over in Bali. We're actually leaving Australia in 8 days' time.
Yep.
It would be close to 8 days, Monday. So it's now Saturday, we've got another week to go. So it's all getting very exciting. So our 5 steps start with step number 1. And step number 1 was what made us decide to reevaluate our life and go to another country. So I'll let Richard tell you a little bit about that.
So one of the main reasons was a few years ago I was involved in a serious car accident, and after that sort of thought about life and thought, why are we really doing what we're doing, working hard, working just to live, and sort of makes you think about life and what you want to do. So we sort of looked at each other after that and thought, well, hey, life's too short. Could have gone bad for me, it didn't. And that's why we're choosing, one of the reasons why we're moving away and retiring in Bali.
And we also decided on Bali, we do have friends that have been living over there for a good 6 to 12 months now, and we did recently go and visit them, saw how they were living their life over there, and thought, yeah, we want that too. That'd be great. That's perfect for us.
Yeah, we joined a lot of Facebook pages too, and expat pages for Bali and Indonesia, and saw how people living over there and enjoying life. And we thought, yeah, well, that's us. We could do that. So that's pretty much the main reason why we're doing what we're doing.
Half the battle is making that first step. To decide this is what we're going to do, this is where we're going to do it. Once we decided that yes, Bali was for us, we had to go on to step number 2. Would Bali let us in? Would they let us retire there? So we had to start looking at visas. What did we need to do to be able to go over there visa-wise? So we found ourselves a really good visa agent. Richard can probably put the link to that in below. Is that where you normally put it?
Yeah, yep. I'll put the link below, the description of, his name is Frank. He'd done all our visa work, and he's setting up a lot of stuff for us prior to going to Indonesia, but also once we get there, we'll catch up with him and he'll continue with the process.
We're going to arrive there on a B211A, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that will let us stay there for up to 6 months?
It's a process where it's 60 days and you can renew it for 2 more times after that first initial 60 days. So it's 180 days in total.
That's right. And then during that time, I'm of an age where I can actually go then and apply for a retirement KITAS. So once I get that, Richard, just being that little bit younger, isn't quite there yet, so he can become a dependent KITAS. So that's how we're going to stay there, and we'll just renew that yearly, is how that's going to work for us in our situation. Then after the visas, the next thing we probably had to look at was, okay, we can go to that country, and they are going to let us in, and we can stay. Once we got our visas sorted, the next step for us, or step 3, was to find some accommodation. We need a roof over our head. So we had already been to Bali and we'd already looked at some villas. Our friends had taken us to see some beautiful villas we were very keen on. We did some inquiring into those, but they weren't quite the right fit. So we started looking around elsewhere. Once we got back to Australia, we started looking online and we found an Australian developer over there. And he loves to build things. He's building quite a few things in Sanur at the moment. So we got in touch with him and he had a 1-bedroom apartment. That's all we need. 1 bedroom is plenty for 2 adults. So it's a nice spacious apartment, it's got plenty of room. It's 150 metres from the beachfront at Sanur. So we thought, let's just rent it for a year, see how we go before we purchase. So that was a big decision. Do we purchase a 20, 25-year lease, or do we just do 12 months? So we thought long and hard about it and decided 12 months. Let's try it on, see if it fits.
Yeah, so the 12 months was a better option for us. We didn't want to commit to anything because we haven't lived overseas before. So we, as I said, using like a gap year. And if it sort of suits us and it fits us, well, we got the option to purchase the apartment. So that's the way we sort of decided to go with the accommodation. People say don't buy things off the internet, but we were very lucky. We got videos of it all and things like that. And it's a brand new apartment, so it's it hasn't got issues like some of the old villas around over there that got mould and stuff like that. There will be no issues like that. So we're very, very lucky, and it's in a beautiful location. As Karen said, 150 metres to the waterfront. So we'll get up every morning and just walk along the waterfront and enjoy ourselves before we go out for breakfast. And it's got a nice pool area, a little entertaining area, so we can do our yoga there if we want to. And
it's got everything we need.
Yeah.
Everything we need. So at this stage, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So then once we did that, and we've got we made the decision, we've got our visas, we've got our accommodation. Now we own a property in Australia that we are currently living in.
Yeah, very lucky to own the property in Australia. Yeah,
that's the only reason we can do what we're doing.
Yeah, if we didn't own the property,
you
couldn't do it. Financially, we wouldn't be able to do it.
So we decided, okay, do we sell our property and just jump in with both feet, or do we rent it out? So because we've rented the unit over there for 12 months, we decided to rent our property out. So we've put our property in the hands of an agent, a reputable agent, and they have found us some tenants. So that's taken care of the rental side of things. Now, when you rent your place out, we were told, get rid of everything, easier to rent a property that's got nothing in it. So that meant selling everything we own, and I mean everything. Furniture, knickknacks, paintings, everything that you treasure in life, you really can't take with you.
It's been very, very hard to get rid of all your stuff that you've worked for all your life to save up and get. Like I had a beautiful big TV, all that kind of stuff. That's all gone. So you have to get rid of everything that you got. Look, in Cairns where we are, we couldn't put it in storage because in storage things will just go mouldy. So that's where we decided to sell everything. But yeah, we're in our house at the moment. Pretty much 95% of it's empty. That's why everything's echoing so much on this video. So once that's all gone, it'd be a total empty house just before we leave.
That's right. So that's probably, for me, I don't know about Richard, but that has been the hardest part. Looking at things and thinking, I've had this since the children were little, or, it's just been that tough. But what I ended up doing was things that I really treasured, bundling them up and posting them back to our grown-up adult children. They can have them, they're theirs to look after now.
Yeah, we were talking to a friend the other day when we had lunch, and she said, you've got to look at it two different ways. Is it emotional or is it a guilt thing? So when you're looking at things, you've got to say, well, do I feel guilty getting rid of this because someone's given it to me, or is it emotionally attached to me? And the things that are emotionally attached to us, we sort of kept them and we're going to take them with us. But yeah, as I said, it's a hard process of going, will I keep this or will I keep that? It becomes very difficult.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Yep. And that then takes us to the final step of the process that we've had to go through.
This was the best bit. Quitting our jobs.
Yes.
We were both really happy to do that. That was not an emotional drain at all.
No. Well, my job, that's ruined my body. I've been doing it for 17.5 years. I used to take out driving tests at Queensland Transport. The abuse and then putting up with people that couldn't drive and putting me in dangerous situations. So the day I resigned was like, there's so much burden off my shoulder. It was fantastic. Just the relief was just awesome.
And I was a shift worker, so I was getting up at about 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So I won't miss that at all. So quitting our jobs was really easy. But then comes the next hard step, is saying goodbye to your family and friends that you've known for a lifetime. That is hard. But we're going to keep in touch with them via Messenger on the video calls, so we can do that. We've arranged that with everybody. We've explained to Richard's parents, who are quite elderly, how to do that now. So they're quite adept at doing that. Yeah,
and we're only 4 hours flight away too. So if something happens, we're 4 hours flight away from emergency flights and things like that. And that's another reason why Bali sort of suited our situation as well. But yeah, as I said, saying goodbye to family and friends. But as I said, we just keep in contact through FaceTime and things like that. And yeah, that's probably about the main thing with the family and friends. It's look, we'll miss them all and they'll miss us. But as I said, it's a short flight away.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
And for us, the hotter weather in Bali won't be an issue. We are used to Cairns weather. Cairns is tropical and it's hot. So, and it's very humid. So for us, Bali is very similar.
Yeah, it is. It's very similar with the humidity, etc. So that won't bother us at all. It's actually looking forward to it. Yeah. But look, you know, as I said, they're the steps that we had to take to go through this process. Everyone may be a little bit different. But yeah, it's things you've got to think about when you do it. And it's just really committing to the process, isn't it? And just seeing it through. Otherwise, you just talk about it for years and years, and then you get to the age where it's just too late to do it and you're too old to do it. So look, we hope this video has been helpful for people. As I said, this is our process, this is our steps. But yeah, if you've liked this video and you enjoy our content, there'll be a lot more in the future, but we'll be in Bali soon, in Sanur soon, posting things up about Sanur. But if you like it, subscribe, hit the like button. Also that little bell, just tick that little bell and just put on all notifications, so all future videos and content that we do will come on your notifications list. But,
and we'll see you next time when
Thanks.
we're in Bali.
Yeah, thanks guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.